Good evening. My name's Random Journalist, and welcome to The Other Side of the Story, a show that gives people the opportunity to tell the other side of the story. Tonight we are joined by Katie Canuck, a professional makeup artist who was recently fired by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau after his false eyebrow became partially detached and hung precariously over his eyelid while he was addressing the press. Now, as soon as he found out about the problem, Prime Minister Trudeau immediately fired Ms. Canuck. And she says she has been unfairly discriminated against and that her professional reputation has been damaged by Mr. Trudeau. So, welcome, Kitty. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having me, Random. I do appreciate the opportunity to clear my name. Now, Justin Trudeau's false eyebrow did partially detach during an important speech. As his personal makeup artist, it was your job to ensure that Mr. Trudeau actually looked good at all times. So, that being the case, can you please explain to our audience why you're not at fault for this? Well, Random, I've been doing Justin Trudeau's makeup since he was 10 years old. I know him extremely well. He's a very sensitive boy inside and out, and he has a hypersensitive skin issue, so we can't use any of the standard adhesives to attach his falsies, or what Justin likes to call his big boy brows. But if you can't use standard adhesives, what can you use? So I had to come up with an adhesive that was 100% natural, it's still extremely sticky, and something that dries quickly. It doesn't really sound like the easiest task. It was a challenge at first for sure, but I realized that I could use spunk, or what Justin likes to call his manly milk. Spunk? As in male ejaculate fluid? Well, I use the term for male or female ejaculate, but yeah, I've been using spunk as an adhesive on Justin Trudeau for years. Fascinating. So on the day of the incident, what happened? What went wrong that fateful day? Well, since Justin was meeting with various world leaders that day, or the grown-ups as he calls them, he wanted to convey power. So what he did is he ordered some new big boy brows that were a little thicker and heavier than the ones that he usually wears. And the problem with Justin's manly milk is it's missing the manly part. He has no testosterone in his body to speak of, and so his spunk is extremely weak. There's just no way that it was going to hold those new big boy brows that he ordered. So I actually would have been better off using female spunk, and I did try to find some, but the problem is that any women that come within a mile of Trudeau, their vages dry up immediately and their spunk turns into powder. And of course, powder doesn't make a very good adhesive. No, it doesn't. Not at all. This effect that Trudeau has on women is actually becoming a major problem in our country. In Canada right now, we have a major shortage on personal lubricant. And as soon as Justin realized that President Trump could possibly place tariffs on personal lubricant, he just lost it. He went out there and started mouthing off to the press about how wrong Trump was. And it was at that time that tragedy struck. You're not kidding, eh? I'm a professional and I have a reputation, and I think it's totally unfair that Justin Trudeau's trying to ruin that career by blaming any of this on me. It was his soy-laced spunk that failed him. It wasn't my fault. I honestly don't see what I could have done different in this situation. If he wants to wear those thicker, heavier big boy brows, then he needs some big boy spunk to attach them with. I have no control over that. I'm not his chef. I was his personal makeup artist. I wasn't his chef. I wasn't his dietitian, and I had no control over his soy intake whatsoever, I think it's completely unfair that my reputation as a makeup artist is being destroyed over this. Well, I sincerely hope that this interview will help set the record straight and put your career back on track. Thank you so much, Katie, for being brave and coming on to tell the other side of the story. Join us next week when we'll be talking to Angela Merkel's spiritual advisor, and he will explain what went wrong.